We are about to get underway for the first part of qualifying here at the Mugello circuit. It's the Italian Grand Prix and round 7 of the 2024 MotoGP World Championship, and it's going to be a fascinating one. Let's hand over to Susie Perry with Sylvain Guintoli.
Why not?
Well, you got to keep busy. You've got 6 kids to feed.
Yeah, and there's that as well.
Interesting Ducati line just put out. There's no reason why they had to say that. Not long after we'd obviously mentioned that there would have to be 5 Ducatis in factory colours at the moment to cater for Marc Marquez, having said that he wouldn't go to Pramac. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, to me, we said it yesterday, but again, that reinforced the fact that, you know, it's basically for Marc, it's in red or in orange, basically. There's no alternatives now, because he said Pramac was on an option.
Yes, ruled it out.
Then we had a quote from Ducati saying that, well, from Pramac saying that they confirmed the Ducatis for next year. So that means 2 factory bikes, just as it stands, and that makes sense as well. And then Ducati today saying that there's not going to be a 5th bike, so that means no current factory bike within Gresini, for example, for Marc. So yeah, this is it. This is what is coming down to.
Politics aplenty this weekend here in Mugello. And a statement of intent with Pecco Bagnaia seemingly on every session that he goes out to.
Yeah, he's so strong. Pecco around here, he's just immaculate. Suits his style, suits his Ducati. He's got loads of experience around here. And it's just his natural style around this track, it's a perfect match. So clearly he's going to take some beating, but some guys could upset him. You know, there's guys with race rhythm like Marc Marquez, like Pedro Acosta actually, that could be in the mix and giving him a hard time.
Yeah, we've got Pedro Acosta is the only KTM, it's gas branded, but the only KTM that's actually gone through to Q2. The other 3 will have to go out in Q1. Let's speak to their team boss now. Michael is with Francesco Guidotti.
Francesco, both riders in Q1, not where you want to be on a Saturday afternoon, but any changes overnight, any improvements in that practice session just then?
I mean, Brad already improved yesterday afternoon, 45.1, touching the last corner, the green for few centimeters. It's something that we haven't to improve a lot. I mean, 45.1, it's an amazing lap time. So with Jack, we're still struggling with this front vibration. And this morning was a little bit better, but he's still there somehow, somewhere. So, yeah, we have to give him better support.
And looking across at Gas with Pedro, do the guys share data and look at what he's doing as a rookie? Is it something that just he can take himself outside for that one lap?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's always important to have some comparison, especially if there's someone fast in the sharing group. And yeah, of course, we have to pick up something there, and they have to pick up something from us. So yeah, it's a common interest to go as far as possible together.
And it would be remiss of me not to ask, all the headlines this weekend are talking about your factory KTM seats this weekend. Marc Marquez's name's on the horizon. Pedro Acosta, obviously you've got Brad Binder under contract. Anything you can tell us?
At this moment, no. I'm really focused on the Q1 here, as present is more important than the future.
Good luck today.
I'll come back later, maybe.
We will.
Thank you. Ciao.
I wonder whose future is orange then. Come back later, that was telling. Maybe it does feel like something is happening actually today with the meetings yesterday and the sort of fervent nature of what was happening at KTM. I wonder whether we might perhaps get an announcement this weekend. We wait to see anyway, but they've got their hands full. Fabio Quartararo yesterday missing out on Q2 by just a couple of hundredths of a second. You got Digi in Q1, Bez in Q1. Wow, only 2 bikes are going through stuff, and this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, super tough. And Morbidelli as well, third in the session just now. So these guys are going to be fighting at it. Fabio Quartararo as well yesterday had great race pace. Couldn't quite put the fast lap together. And Brad Binder, you know, Brad Binder was the man with that lap that got taken away from him. That would have put him second in yesterday's session. So it's going to be tough. And in Barcelona, in Q1, we actually saw a new outright lap record. So Q1's now, for these guys, is super quick, super competitive, and also so important for both the outcome of both races.
Absolutely, and for what we've seen so far today, perhaps we could even see a lap record broken. Gav, over to you guys.
Thanks. So here we go then, the start of qualifying and a really bad camera angle, which means I have to stand so far back in the commentary box because if I go too far forward, actually it doesn't do that bad, okay. But yeah, basically we're cut in half. Hello. Down here to fit in the timing screen, and then after this session, when it goes back to being just 12, we can zhuzh it up the order as well. But it's one of those things. So, going on in Q1, Fabio Quartararo, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Brad Binder, Marco Bezzecchi, Franco Morbidelli, alongside as well with Ralph Hernandez, Jack Miller, Polo Spargo, Takiki Nakagami, Johan Zarco, Juan Mir, Lorenzo Salvadori, Augusto Fernandez and Luca Marini are all heading out there on the circuit as well. 14 riders and only 2 will progress through. It's like a Moto3 session, isn't it, at the moment? Hello to Lil, who says Q1. SHT says, who are the 2 riders you think are favourites to get through into Q2? For me, I will say Quartararo and Di Giannantonio, but I won't count out Morbidelli either. Binder and Quartararo. They'll be the 2 going through, in my opinion. Binder can always do it. Always find some speed. Quartararo was fast in practice, free practice 1 yesterday as well. And I don't really see anybody else going for it. Digi is an option. Bezzecchi too. Morbidelli is a bit... so I think the 2 strongest are Quartararo and Binder, personally. But we'll see at the end of this 12.5-minute Q1 session to see exactly who's going to be where. First lap times coming in there. This is the bigger pace runaround that everyone has to sort of maintain and keep a hold of to see if it does change around. This is the exciting part that everyone goes, ooh, let's just see if it's going to work. Megan should be on her way to the commentary box, by the way, which is why I was standing off to my, my left, your right of picture. And I'll move to the centre until she gets here. She's always late. This box really does need a clean up. Oh, it's so messy. Absolutely disgusting. Me and Megan are essentially sort of hemmed in by junk. Oh, speaking of the devil. So, first lap time's coming on the board then here. You're not too late this time. 4 minutes. It's an improvement on your overall system as well. Hello.
Yeah, and given that when I looked at the clock to get ready, because I haven't even gone in the shower yet, I'll go in when we get a spare moment. I looked at the clock and it was just, it was 43 minutes past. I was like, oh.
33 or 53?
43.
43. It took you 10 minutes.
Yeah, and even then I had to give Dad his medicine.
We're sort of hemmed in at the bottom for the first few minutes of this session, so sorry about that if you take a look at the camera. Hemmed in at the bottom. So, that's... Look at that, Morbidelli's on a 145.722. Maybe SHT's got a point here as well. Bezzecchi's P2, Quartararo P3, 146 exactly. Di Giannantonio, 145.494. What do I know? The 2 people who I said probably won't go through are currently 1-2 at the moment as well. That's a surprise.
That I was never told of.
Oh, that's changed, actually.
I'll do my Duolingo before.
No, it's changed.
What, for timing?
It's Josh TPC now. I haven't changed it in my notes.
Wait, so, what do I have to be in for?
That.
Nothing else?
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Okay, I can go in the shower then.
Tomorrow, you have to be in for that, and that's it.
Okay.
Hi. So, who do you think is going to go through? Judging by that group, after what we saw yesterday in practice.
Bezzecchi. Fernandez.
Really, that's your 2. Brave picks. I've gone for Quartararo and Binder. But SHT said I wouldn't rule out. He's gone for Quartararo and Digi, but I wouldn't rule out Morbidelli, and they're currently 1-2.
I really wouldn't rule them out.
SHT's got the better system here to make it work. Morbidelli goes 145.465. Nakagami's 146.265. Polo Spargo estimated P6. Quartararo P3, yeah.
Guess who's going a really fast time?
Ralph Fernandez P4 with a sector 2 and 3 red.
Ooh,
so the
Quartararo.
Quartararo goes up into 3rd, 145.693 in the bonanza of lap times that we get there. I guess it's not too far done just yet, as I move that up a couple of inches.
49. D'Antonio's just had his lap time deleted.
Oh, and that's...
But he's still second. So.
And it's his fastest time that he's kept, so that must be this lap time cancelled. Ralph Fernandez goes third, 1:45.507. No points for third, unfortunately, in this one. But track counts are improving, and of course it shows with Oliveira directly through to Q2.
Close.
Yeah.
So close.
Stars and Stripes livery doesn't look too bad in MotoGP compared to Santino Ferrucci's in IndyCar, does it?
Agreed.
That's
Why does it work more here?
That's how you do it right. That's also the driver that was driving it in IndyCar, Santino Ferrucci, supporter of Donald Trump, massively, racist, homophobic. I mean, there's quite a lot that we don't like about him in Europe, especially after what he did to Arjun Maini, his teammate at Trident, a couple of years ago in Formula 2. I mean, for God's sake, he took his mobile phone in the car.
What?
He took his mobile... Ferrucci took his mobile phone in the car and in Silverstone, and then he deliberately crashed into his teammate. And he was racist to him every time. It was horrible. Arjun Maini at the French Grand Prix cried on the radio because the team were favouring him and they gave him an underperforming car. Didn't believe him until they finally looked at the engine and found out it was delivering only 60% power.
What?
Yeah. And it had been deliberately tampered with.
Oh my...
Yeah.
It sounds like a TV show in there.
Yeah, that was, I think, 2018, 19, somewhere around there.
Jeez.
But Ferrucci, after that stunt at Silverstone, ended up getting banned for deliberately crashing into his teammate 3 times on the cooldown lap and taking his mobile phone in the car. Yeah, I know.
Logic has gone out the window, apparently.
For Binder, he has to keep it together, says SHT. Ralph Fernandez also in the mix. Paul ahead of Miller at the moment, as well as Binder. Hello to Al Azza, says Indonesia as well. Hello, everybody watching from Indonesia as well. I hope Pecco is on pole, so he starts in the second row, says Nasha. Yeah, Pecco Bagnaia with a 3-place grid penalty. Now, that won't affect his starting position for the sprint race, but it will affect his Grand Prix position, so I agree with you there. Is it Nisha or Nissa? Hello, Kenny. That FT message with the commentators making fun of him will always break my heart. No one believed him. I know what you mean. I hated that. I really did hate that. Low point, I think, in Jinx's career. Because it was true. All of it was true.
I still can't get over it.
I'll show you it after the session. So, 6 minutes to go. The second half of this qualifying session gets underway now, and everyone starts venturing out on the track. Just poodling out there at the moment in the pit lane, aren't they?
Yeah.
One by one. Little strides coming into it.
Go that side of the bike.
Love this drone cam. Really do. It's such a good camera.
Same, it's like the Jaws angle, but
Yeah.
from the point of Jaws. It's like that.
Media Centre and the commentary box is here, one of the smallest in the year, apparently.
What are they going to do? Are they basically doing that?
Well, you know how our commentary box is about this big?
It's like,
Yeah. Do you know how our commentary box is basically about this big?
yeah.
It's about that big.
Hold on.
So they are really sort of hung together in the commentary box.
I'd end up accidentally punching you.
Yeah. There's not enough room. Well, to be fair, I think our commentary box is around the size of a norm. Our commentary box is bigger than the one at Donington for British Touring Cars.
Really?
Yeah, ours is bigger. Well, obviously ours is bigger. It's massive. But in terms of the half of the box,
Yeah, but we
use-
basically cut off at this point, which is technically 1/3.
Yeah, but it's still bigger. If we cleaned up in here, we'd have a bit more room.
We would.
Even just standing, we'd have more room.
Honestly, we need a storage unit.
Yeah. So, into the first corner, we begin the next lap arounds. Where's Mark? He's out in Q2. Yeah. Abby. He got through into Q2 for the first time in a while.
If you think about it, it's good that we have got it to that bit because this is like entire lives. Multiple people's entire lives,
Yeah.
including our sisters. Have you taken some of the boxes?
Kellyanne, come get your stuff. You've got a dungeon now, you can do it. Have you been down there?
No.
Oh, it's big on the inside down there.
Last time I was there, Dan warned Mum about 2 spiders guarding it. So I'm a bit hesitant to go there without offering to or something.
As soon as he went down there, I was like, right, I'm having a look at this. You got to. I wanted to see.
I'm kind of tempted now. Does it have something I can actually hold on to go down?
No.
See, that's probably another reason why I haven't gone down there. I'm surprised that Kellyanne managed to get down there while she was pregnant.
Zara's tootling already. As it comes through.
She was on the swings yesterday.
She's nearly crawling.
I know.
So look at these sector times coming through now as well. Morbidelli's got the 1:45.465. He's at top, Digi second. We've had that lull then in the middle of Q1. Now it's time for the big bonanza. Look at all the red sector times coming through. Ralph Fernandez, Binder, D'Antonio, Quadraro. Ralph Fernandez goes fastest.
Woohoo!
1:44.868. He's 0.6 of a second faster than Morbidelli across that line. Remarkable from Ralph Fernandez. Anyone else? Zarco 6th, Miller 7th. Can't improve that much as well.
Come on,
Look at-
Bazeki, you can do it.
Ralph Fernandez can't even believe it. Binder and Quadraro are both improving. Binder's 0.4 faster.
I knew Ral could do it.
Binder's about to take this down
Oh,
to the
hold on
low
to it.
44s. Can he do it? No. Dropped a lot of time in that last sector. 1:44.994. Kit is unsurprised. He's very surprised about that actually as well. Going sort of almost like, damn it. We come into it. Digi's dropped to 10th in the third sector, so it's Quadraro. Morbidelli's still up by 0.2. Bezecchi inside a 10th of a second, so it's all starting to close up here in Q1.
And he's a bit quicker than Quattararo.
Yeah, Lul says that Rao's not safe just yet. No, he's not.
He better be.
So many red sector times as D'Antonio goes third, 1:45.007. Quadraro stays fourth, Miller goes sixth. Morbidelli looking quick across the line, goes fastest, 1:44.726. So Morbidelli and Ralph Fernandez go into 1 and 2. I'm very surprised by Binder, very surprised by Quadraro at the moment, 13th and 15th on the grid.
Has it been a lap time deletion?
No, Bezecchi's gone up to 6th place, but that's about it. And everyone's backed off with a lap to go. That might be it. Look at that. A new all-time lap record. 1:44.726. Wow. Once again in Q1 this year, we have a new fastest time. Remember what Sylvan said?
They don't mess about,
Before
do they?
Susie threw up to the commentary box. No, they do not. Yellow flag sector 3. That's it then. Session's over. No one's going to improve there.
That's bad news for D'Antonio. He had 2 red sector times.
Oh. It's not him, is it? No, here he is now. Here he is, actually.
It's an orange car, turn 11. I mean, bike.
It's
at
Mia.
turn 11.
Is it Mia or oh, it's Paula Spargo!
Oh, not again.
Wild card this weekend. He's up and walking away.
Well, this hasn't broken anything this
But
time.
that's bad for D'Antonio because he's gone through that yellow flag zone now with a minute to go. He might get another lap time though, but into the pit lane goes Morbidelli.
He might get third.
Oh, that's a weird.
Oh! He fell onto the track.
And almost got collected as well.
Yeah, that was really, really dangerous.
That was weird because the bike sort of threw him in the high side. He fell
And
off,
it just
and the
forgot.
bike continued.
The bike forgot. Oh, that is scary. I've never seen a drone go in front of a camera before.
Yeah.
A lot of people's lap time getting deleted.
Ralph Fernandez was happy that yellow flag's come out as well because he's out of a lap time. Morbidelli and him are in the pit lane. Everybody else is still out there on the circuit. They might get one last bite of the cherry, including Fabio D'Antonio. Lap time's coming through deleted yellow flags as well. That's for Luca Marini. Marini, by the way, has been last all weekend long. Not the best. Not the best he's doing at the moment, sadly.
That is not good.
D'Antonio has a 10th down as the check flag comes out here for Q1. So he's still going to have some delta time to find. Digi's estimated to go P3. Not enough to go fastest at the moment. So it's Morbidelli, Ralph Fernandez at the moment. The cut-off times are 1:44.868. That's your best time. Morbidelli's at a 1:44.726. Everybody else starting to come in. Quadraro is out of the session. He boxes. Polaspargo crashed out. He's done for the session as well. And nobody else is setting sector times that are lighting up the board. So I think we found our 2, Megan.
We have. And I got one of them right.
Well done.
Yay!
So does SHT. Well done. Embarrassing for Jack Miller, both Mia and behind both Mia and Zarco. Yeah. Where is Miller starts 9th. Binder starts 13th, so Miller will then start 19th. Paul Espargaro starts 21st for the Red Bull KTMs. Neither factory red, all three factory KTMs not into the next session, whereas Pedro Acosta on the gas is.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Adding Augusto Fernandez on the gas Tech 3, which isn't the factory bike, but he's P10. Flags out. DG stays 4th. And that's the game. So Franco Morbidelli and Raul Fernandez progress through to the next session. Out goes Binder, Di Giannantonio, Quartararo, Bezzecchi, Mia, Zarco, Miller, Augusto Fernandez, Paul Espargaro, Lorenzo Salvadori, Takaki Nakagami, and Luca Marini, all out of the next session as well. Quartararo starting down in 15th. Franco Morbidelli will go through. Didn't expect that, but he's come through.
He looks like he's processing it.
Yeah. Still not happy with the bike. But he's set a new fast lap ever. So he's going to have something to come through.
What else does he have in that bike? He has really improved since last year.
Massively. And improved as he's learnt the bike coming through this year as well. Oh, Brad Binder, 148.994 coming through as well. So it's all going to be irrelevant now. We wipe the board clean and start again. Qualifying 2 is coming up shortly as well. Franco Morbidelli is top. Let's head it down to the pit lane with Susie Perry.
Yeah, Gareth, they really are, aren't they? Up for a pretty fantastic news for Franco Morbidelli. What a sensational lap, Sylvain.
Great qualifying, and it just shows what kind of pace you need to bring to Q1. I mean, these guys, Q1, they're out of the top 10 on the Friday afternoon. And the way to get through to Q2 is to post a lap record. It was the same in Barcelona. And then once again here in Mugello, you have to beat the lap record to get through. It's unbelievable. The pace in MotoGP at the moment is insane.
Yeah, it really is insane. Unfortunately, Fabio Quartararo couldn't make it through, but we know that they did test here a couple of weeks ago, which clearly helped Alex Rins, and it's a shame that Fabio couldn't get through today. But we can see that Yamaha now, with these concessions visibly starting to change with the aero. Michael can take us around the bike.
3 years ago, this bike won the MotoGP World title in the hands of Fabio Quartararo. It's amazing when you think about the rate of development right now in MotoGP. Favour has certainly shifted towards the European manufacturers. But for 2024, we've got concessions. So Yamaha can continue developing throughout the race season. With their test riders, they can privately test. That's limited by 260 tyres to test with. But they also get 2 engines throughout the season, 2 additional engines. Ducati, Aprilia, KTM all have to operate with 7. Yamaha can use 9. So those extra 2 engines, they will push the boundaries a little bit. We know Yamaha, it's the only inline-4 engine on the grid. The inline-4 advantage has been negated somewhat. So you've got 4 cylinders across the frame. Previously, that extra rotating cylinder out here helped the bike turn. But right now, the European manufacturers are turning with the help of aero. So maybe the horsepower is a little bit lower. Aerodynamics is where the key seems to be. This upgrade from Yamaha, it's probably the most aero-heavy we've seen. They have partnered with Dallara, who are one of the biggest Italian car manufacturers specialising in IndyCar, and they have partnered with them using the 3-tier front wing like a lot of the other manufacturers, so quite heavy in terms of the downforce and anti-wheelie effect. Copying KTM somewhat with this channel down the inside of the fairing, the bulbous fairing and the downwash ducts on the side, so trying to use ground effect as the European manufacturers are doing, but it still looks like a quite normal race bike. It's not got appendages hanging off it everywhere. You've got the add-ons to the seat for downforce on the rear and increased grip, but they've got quite good top speed at the end of the straight, but that's because they're not using just as much aero as the V4s. So the V4s have more brute horsepower. Mechanically, it's just not possible to get the same horsepower out of an inline-4 engine. The question mark remains, should Yamaha consider a V4, but it's a massive shift in their DNA. They've always made a really sweet chassis. This is a new chassis recently tested. They tested here a few weeks back and obviously brought those upgrades. Seems to work. So far, Alex Rins has been looking really fast in Friday practice. You see the new exhaust that has been tried in previous seasons. They've stuck with it now. Actually, the longer external unit from the exhaust improves throttle connection rather than top speed, but as I mentioned, top speed's pretty good, but it's because they've got slightly less drag. Now, Yamaha historically get things done. They're a common force. They'll be back in the podium. Don't rule them out.
Yeah, interesting to see the changes on the bike there. Alex Rins yesterday, second quickest, just shy of 3/10 slower than Bagnaia, who was extraordinary and has been all weekend. What about race pace for Rins?
Race pace for Rins look actually not as fast as Quartararo. Quartararo looked a little bit faster for the race pace, but Alex was able to do that lap yesterday. He was absolutely amazing on the time attack. So this is a good sign as well, because this is an area where Fabio has been struggling with. We knew a couple of years ago, up to a couple of years ago, he was the king, you know, of that time attack, getting the best out of that new rear tire, that extra grip. And then kind of like things went downwards and he's just not feeling comfortable. Still, Fabio has to work at it, but now with Rins finding some solutions, this means that they can share the data, they can compare where he loses time, and this means they can improve.
And Fabio is looking at Rins' data, and that's something that Mayo said. He wasn't particularly interested before in sharing data and looking on the other side of the garage, but they do seem to work together now. What do you make of the progress so far Yamaha are making with the concessions that they have?
Encouraging. I wasn't expecting them to make progress straight away, and I actually think that the progress they're making is early-ish, you know, because it takes time to turn things around. It takes testing and organization, and most of the items that the factory will bring, you know, would not be positive. So it's hard to, you know, get your way through all those parts, making it work, find efficiency, find performance, and find it for both of your riders as well. So I think they're doing a great job. It's going to take time for them to recover completely, but already this is really encouraging signs.
We are in heaven, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this place, it's impossibly gorgeous. We just saw that beautiful shot just coming through the Tuscan hills. It's a perfect day here in Italy. I wonder if it'd be a perfect session for Jorge Martin, because we've not seen the best of him so far this weekend.
He's been struggling. You know, in Barcelona, it was a bit of a struggle as well for him. Managed to put it all together for the main race, but around here, yeah, it looks like he's on the back foot. So it's a difficult weekend for him. We know he's got a different approach this year, you know, where he's really thinking about the championship. He's got confidence. He's a lot calmer. We've seen him, you know, really animated last year, for example. This year, there's a bit of a, let's say, more of a championship contender demeanor for Jorge Martin. But he can't afford to lose too many points. So he's in control for now, the championship. But right now, this weekend, so far, he's looking like he's struggling.
And how vital is it to be on the front two rows here in Mugello?
Yeah, massive. I think if anybody's got a chance to beat Pecco Bagnaia this weekend, they have to be on the front row, or well, the first two rows, but on the front row preferably, to get in front of him and upset him. Because
although he won't be on the front row on Sunday, of course, because
no,
he's got his three-place penalty.
He's going to have to fight back, but Pecco is the man to beat. He's got race pace. He's really strong around here. It's going to be very difficult to beat. You know, track record here for Pecco is outstanding. So, yeah, they need to get at the front. They know that. They need to get in his way. They need to upset him. They need to, you know, do some block pass on him early on in the race, not to let him get away.
And this is one of the two men that everybody is talking about in terms of 2025, Marc Marquez. Is it true that Jorge has signed the factory contract, or it will be going to factory Ducati, or could it still be Marc Marquez's, or is Marc bound somewhere else? Only time will tell, but Guidotti saying come back and check with him later, so perhaps there will be some news a little bit later on. Crowds absolutely loving it here. So is Pecco Bagnaia your pole man today?
Pecco is the favourite without a doubt for that pole position, but we've got Marc Marquez that's got race pace and that's got rhythm, and he's been strong in every session, and for now the qualifying is his Achilles heel. You know, he's been struggling, although he was able to pull that back during the races and end up on the podium every time. In Le Mans and in Barcelona, he was a long way down the grid. So for Marc Marquez, looks like they found something to make him faster for the time attack, and we're going to find out just right now.
That's interesting. A little bit of jiggery-pokery going on with the factory Ducati. Pecco pushing the bike out, sitting on it, then go back in again. Letting them go out. But his to lose, it seems, Gav.
Here we go then, time for qualifying number 2. This is the biggie, as we're back to normal size, appearing in the commentary box as well with our normal screens. Hello. So then, Megan, Bagnaia, Rins, Acosta, Oliveira, Marc Marquez, Bastianini, Martin, Alex Marquez, Vinales, Aleix Spargo, and the two coming through of Morbidelli and Ralph Fernandez, who's going to take pole position. We now can't see on the monitor, but go on. take your time. I mean, it's not only that we've got 14 minutes and have to keep talking or anything.
Either Vinales or Rins.
Good.
Yeah.
The image, I just wanted to pick up my commentary chair and whack it over you to say, just talk!
Who do you think?
I'm going to go actually for Bagnaia with that penalty as well. He'll start on pole for the sprint, but he won't start on pole for the Grand Prix. But Marc Marquez is a shout and a half here as well. He's finally nailed Q2. For the last couple of races, of course, we've seen him start 14th on the grid, 13th on the grid, fight back to second in both the sprints. He's got the sprints and Grand Prix nailed. He needed to nail qualifying. He's done that now. If he gets pole position here, Mark's going to take off into the distance. And there's fact to remember.
Probably.
There is fact. If Ducati have 92 victories in MotoGP, Pedro Acosta nearly runs into Marc Marquez, is not looking in the right direction, and Acosta goes, "What are you doing, Mark?" And Mark goes, "Sorry, didn't see you there." As they came out of Beer Daddy. So, yeah, just coming into it. Marc Marquez, Ducati are on 92 victories as a constructor. Now, here's the thing. Pecco Bagnaia took their 63rd. Bastianini took their 72nd as well, coming into it as well. Or Bezzecchi did. Martin took their 89th. Marc Marquez, Danny Pedrosa, Casey Stoner took their, whatever it was, 27th. So, if Marc Marquez wins this weekend, it'll be Ducati's 93rd race win, and he's bike number 93. And it's a habit of Ducati riders winning their bike numbers Ducati Grand Prix race.
I kind of hope they do.
Yeah, David Emmett found that out, Moto Matters, of course. So, Marc Marquez sort of got history and on his side of Ducati's going to win, Mark's going to win it.
Okay, let's have Mark win.
I mean, I'm not a... The fates have aligned with him to have it. And he's into Q2, and he's looking super, super strong. So
Let's
Yeah.
hope he doesn't crash out.
these are the first lap times then. As they come down towards Casanova, Acosta's out front, but Marc Marquez getting a lovely toe off of him as well. First sector times, who's got the fastest? Bob Bagnaia's at 24.5, Vinales 0.6, Morbidelli 0.7, Bastianini 0.8, same for Ralph Fernandez, 0.7 for Acosta, 0.9 for Aleix, and for Rins. Yeah, Martin's got a 24.594, so Martin's fastest sector 2. Sorry, sector 1. Sector 2, this is getting tricky now because all the time's starting to come through because we've got Alex Marquez and Alex Rins topping the boards now as well as they went out further ahead. So Alex Marquez 1:45.591, Alex Rins 1:45.812.
Well, at least I'm right about Rins and you're right about Marquez so far.
Yeah, look at that. Marc Marquez 3 tenths up. Martin is 7 tenths up at the moment as we ride on board with somebody, because just ahead here, well, who are we on board with? Is that Maverick? Yeah, it's Maverick Vinales looking ahead to Pecco Bagnaia. Now on board with Jorge Martin, who's chasing down Marc Marquez and Pedro Acosta. Lap times coming across the board, down across the line. Who's got the fastest? Martin at 1:44.504. Marc Marquez was a 1:45.051. Bagnaia 1:44.547. So moves in 43 thousandths of a second. Marc's first lap time needs to be improved on that one, but Martin on provisional pole position here after the first go-arounds. Bagnaia second, Vinales third, Marc Marquez fourth, Morbidelli fifth, Ralph Fernandez sixth, Acosta seventh, Alex Marquez eighth, Rins ninth, Bastianini 10th, Aleix Espargaro's 11th, and Oliveira down in 12th place. That's the first runs. Now it's run 2, and Marc is going 34 thousandths faster in that first sector.
Right, there's been a lap time deleted for 23, so that's Bastianini.
Yep, so he's got a lap time deleted there as well from the stewards. So has that changed? Well, he's dropped down to 10th. No, he's out. Bastianini's top lap time has been taken away. He drops down to 12th place now as well. And look at the sector times. Marc Marquez and Martin are on identical middle sector times. And they are right behind each other. They are on the same part of the track doing exactly the same time. That's unheard of. Both done at 22.161.
Please
wow.
let them get the same time.
Surely that's a timing glitch, because our monitors say different, but the world feed says it's the same. Bastianini, that's Bagnaia into the pit lane. Bastianini's 51 thousandths of a second down. Acosta.
Marc's faster.
Marc is faster. Marc is faster. I was coming into the sector 3, so this will change over. Bagnaia, Vinales, Ralph Fernandez into the pit lane.
And Marquez is coming up to the line now. What can he do?
Acosta's got the lap time across it. Let's see where Mark can end up. He's going to pass Acosta. Yeah, just ahead. And Martin entered the pit lane, so he backed out that lap time. So Mark goes fourth. That's fine. He's inside the second row of the grid. Ideally, Mark wants to be front row because then he can get the launch down towards turn number 1 on the inside line. Pole here is on the the left-hand side of the track, right-hand side of our television pictures. So Mark wants to be on the left, which is the inside line for turn 1.
Let me see. What's turn 1 like? Show me what the corner's like.
Long right-hand hairpin that goes downhill braking, then uphill at the exit.
Yeah, he's going to want to be on the front.
Look at that, though. What's the time? 1:44.504. New fast lap time from Martin. Wonderful camera angle here. That's Acosta ahead of Marc Marquez there. Right, what's the chat saying? Everyone's, both trackhouse are in Q2. Honda nowhere again. They make progress, says Lou. Look at the time splits. Times are very close. They really are.
Yeah.
Insane amount of pace here. Now we come into the lull part of the qualifying session, when nothing really happens.
Where we can discuss how we think everyone's doing. Who
needs to improve?
Rins needs to improve. Oliveira, Fernandez, and Alex Marquez. They're the bottom 4.
Remember Bagnaia.
All
Look at that.
bluish.
Pedro Costa, last chance to be the youngest ever MotoGP pole sitter. So there's pressure on him. And I want to see that as well. Remember, Bagnaia has a 3-place grid penalty. It won't affect the sprint race, will affect the Grand Prix. So that will put him 5th on the grid at the moment.
Okay, what if Marquez was 2nd and Acosta was 1st?
Still would what in the race? Well, don't forget sprint race later.
Pole.
Sprint race later too.
I know, but it's still pole position. You can just feel the pressure.
Yeah. It's pole position. That's Bagnaia. Bagnaia and Raul Fernandez have gone off kilter here.
Why are they out?
Clear track, but surely the toe would be something that they would like, especially down that 800 metres turn 1.
Maybe they're trying to figure out what their pace would be if they led the race.
Well, he should bin it then. That's what Bagnaia usually does if he's leading the race recently, isn't it?
Usually halfway through sector 3.
He's just done a 24.576 in that first sector, 18 thousandths quicker than Jorge Martin. Bagnaia is starting to cook a little bit.
Just needed a clear track. Orange sector 2.
That's a personal best as well. What's Raul doing? Nothing in the first sector.
He hasn't got to the first sector yet.
Oh, he's matched! Look at that!
What? Oh my.
He's matched!
How's he managed that?
Bagnaia has matched Martin's middle sector at 22.197 to the thousandth of a second. So Bagnaia and Martin through sector 2 are identical.
It's going to be a big fight.
Listen to the Italians. They are cheering him on. They know a good sport when they see one.
I probably shouldn't have had that cup of tea.
Gone right through you?
No, more of the fact that it's like, oh, we know you can't fully digest a cup of tea well, so we're just going to stab you in your gut for a bit.
You should have had coffee instead.
I don't have any.
You didn't get any?
No, I figured I'd just wait until Mum's back.
Good luck. Here comes Frank. Here comes Pecco. Goes second, 68 thousandths. He's slower than his own best lap, which was 43 thousandths of a second. The consistency of Martin and Bagnaia are just unbelievable. 5 minutes to go in qualifying.
It is unbelievable. And from Monday to Friday, I have a coffee in the morning. On Saturdays, I have a cup of tea. And on Sundays, I have a glass of milk.
So I've got to make fried breakfast tomorrow at some point. I guess between 8:50 and 9:50.
Let me see.
And then I've got to make a breakfast at some point as well.
You can make it between 8:50 and 10.
I just said that.
I'm just confirming this.
Then I've got to make breakfast between 2 and 5.
Tea.
So yeah, tea between 2 and 5.
And for those of you who don't get us, we're not making he's not making cups of tea, he's making tea at the end of the day. Because I know some people refer to their meal at the end of the day as dinner instead of tea.
Dinner time.
For me, that's noon.
It's so confusing. I've just got to make something. I've got to make I'm making something different actually as we start the final lap times. Marc Marquez throws up the inside and practically ruins the first lap time for Miguel Oliveira. He's not going to like that one bit. So Marc blocks him into turn 1. Oliveira will have to back out and do another lap time. But has that helped Marc Marquez in any way, shape or form? Yes, it has. He's up by 10th. Marc has got pace. So's Bastianini. It's not over yet, actually.
It really isn't.
Red tape times across the board for everybody.
Let me see. How's Marc doing? Yeah, Marc's doing okay. Let's compare his times. Oh!
Faster.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is faster than Martin.
Martin is, look at that. Marc Marquez now 46.509, 2.5 tenths up. And he's a tenth faster than Martin. Exactly a tenth faster.
Woo-hoo.
Well, this qualifying session is just giving us all the bump that he needs, doesn't it, to give a great Grand Prix and a great sprint race. Oh, no, he's down! He's crashed! Oh, Marc, what have you done? What have you done? Oh, no! He had to perfect qualifying, and he's thrown it away at turn 11.
Marc
Marquez is out. He won't have time to go back to the pit lane and get out of the track. Look, you need to leave the pit lane now. Marc is out of qualifying. He'll start at best 4th on the grid. But that could be third. That could be 3rd on the grid for tomorrow's race if Bagnaia's penalty gets applied. So that's still front row for Marc. But for the sprint, it's 4th. For the Grand Prix, it's 3rd. They will change places. Yellow flag retrieved, but Marc has hit the deck.
That could be all right for him.
Martin's going to take provisional pole position here. I shouldn't be too imagined, but his lap time's going to be deleted. Acosta goes 7th. Yeah, the lap time's going to be deleted because they all passed the yellow flag zone.
Which means we're all on a cool-down lap.
Which means that's it. Surely they haven't got enough time. Oh, hello. Aleix goes straight on at turn 1. That's it then, surely. No one's got enough time to do anything.
Should have known whether Marquez would win it.
Well, he's following Morbidelli. Oh, he's on entry. The bike just turned in. Oh, that's such an annoying one. Downhill. Front just brakes on him. Nothing he could do.
Let's see how he moves off the bike.
Ooh, facing to the gravel.
That can't be nice. I bet you got at least a few stones in that helmet.
Vinales is up for pole here. 3rd pole of the year coming his way. He's a 10th up. Now that could really spoil the party. He's inside the top 3, so I'll still put Marc 3rd for the race tomorrow.
This could be good for Marc. He could need to be in 3rd or 4th to get ahead.
If he has a great launch, all should be good. But Vinales is the only one left on that track who could do something. There's a little bit of a moment coming out of that last corner. Gets on Aprilia, bolted down. Lap time cancel for Bagnaia. For yellow flag, that's not going to help him. Is Vinales on provisional pole position or not? Not. That little twitch cost him 2.5 tenths down that straight.
That ain't good.
Bastianini stays 5th, Rins stays 9th, Acosta's going to stay in 7th position as well. His chance to become pole sitter is not going to work out, is it? In fact, I think he's boxed.
Jeez.
They've all backed out of it as well.
Another time cancelled, and this is for Acosta.
So is that this lap time?
Yeah. And for 73, which is Alex Marquez.
That's it then. Checkered flags coming out. The session's over. And everyone's rolling out their lap times. Jorge Martin's done it again. He's got pole position. So Bagnaia's going to start 5th for the Grand Prix tomorrow. But for the Tissot sprint, he starts 2nd. Confused? Yeah, so am I. Bastianini's still up here at the moment. No, he's down. Oh, actually not by that much.
That's confusing.
Bastianini might still spoil a party here on home soil. Can he do something? Yeah. The Italian from Rimini might do something.
He could do something.
Still keeping an eye on what's going on here as well. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to leave.
Right, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
So are we going to see anything from Bastianini in this first sector? Bagnaia takes second. Alex Marquez stays down the order as well. Now, as they come into it, I don't think we're going to see that big of a change, unfortunately. Yeah, they've all backed off. Too much time gone. That's it then. Qualifying is over, and it is Jorge Martin who takes yet another pole position in MotoGP. Bagnaia will go second, Vinales is third, Marc Marquez fourth, Bastianini fifth, Morbidelli sixth, Acosta seventh, Aleix Espargaro's eighth, Rins ninth, Oliveira 10th, Alex Marquez 11th, Raul Fernandez goes in 12th position. Was a potential lap record ruined, yeah. Everything getting ruined there by that yellow. Feel so sorry as well. Alex goes 8th. Alex improves up. 1:45.208. Just across the line there. So Alex 8th, Aleix 9th, Rins 10th, Oliveira 11th, Raul 12th. So Trackhouse at the back, but in the middle of the field, which is good. A new all-time lap record around Mugello. A 1:44.504. Jorge Martin has pole position for the Tissot Sprint and the Grand Prix of Italy. Bagnaia starts second for the sprint, 5th on the grid for the Grand Prix tomorrow. Vinales third, but second on the grid for tomorrow. Marquez 4th for the sprint, 3rd for the Grand Prix. Bastianini 5th for the sprint, 4th for the Grand Prix. Marc will then go in 5th. Then starting 6th down will be Morbidelli, Acosta, Alex Marquez, Aleix Espargaro, Rins, Oliveira, Fernandez, and then Raul Fernandez. A crash at a crucial time. Not great for Marc Marquez. But let's see what he can do. We know how he likes to bounce back in the sprints and the races. That's where he's aced it. We'll see you later on for all the action. Motor Week coming your way in around 45 minutes' time. Join us for that. And the Tissot Sprint is underway at 1:50 British Summer Time. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.